Hey guys, today I'm going to be running through an extremely strong mechanic that's currently in game. Don't know if it'll stay that way, but I believe that very few players are aware of it and know about it, and it's the reason why H series is the best ranger armor in the game. I'm going to go into detail, explain its uses and synergies. Okay, so here we go. Combat practice trainer, of course. So I have two H series in my inventory. Don't worry about it for now. Don't worry about it. Let's equip a bow. So, H series is just a great armor in general. It gives you initiative. It's obviously max level. It's got a celerity skill, and it's got an efficient weapon-based energy lock skill, which is new. They did that like maybe a month or two ago. I don't know, but it's quite good, and obviously guaranteed celerity for a skill cost is useful. Has a lot of great uses. And if you're using 0 procs, or if you don't get a proc on your 20 proc or whatever, it locks you to energy and gives you fat like 1.7 plus LE comp, which is huge damage, and you get to attack twice, which is one of the reasons it's really good. It used to also apply to 100 procs. Used to lock my bow, for example. It does light damage. It would used to take it to energy, and also apply the LE comp. It doesn't do that anymore. They nerfed it. A lot of people didn't like that, the nerf, because, less damage for rangers and I guess mage 100 procs, spoon mages, they call them. But that nerf actually made this the best energy armor for rangers in the game, and I will show you why. So let's see it. Look, we have overdrive activated, spend a bunch of SP, do light damage, no LE comp. Now, what I'm going to show you is gonna rock your world, you could say. So, we go back into skills. This is my other H series, and celerity activation costs 30 SP a turn. Now, why is that the case? Did I just cheat? No, it's the lowest level armor, level 5. As you can see, my resistances are all in the 90s. You wouldn't want to defend with this, but show you what happens if I attack with it. Look at that, 30 SP cost and full damage. So now, I can do whatever I want. I can switch back into my other H series, attack normally, and I am perfectly safe. I can use my defensive setup. So, because 100 procs damage isn't calculated with anything to do with the armor, it's only calculated based off the weapon itself, I can use the level 5 armor, and again, we're in the level 5 armor, 30 SP cost, and I don't lose any damage, I don't lose any accuracy, and because I'm getting celerity for 30 SP, and I passively regain 98 SP, we're actually gaining resources using this low level armor. And then, let's say I'm against a dark monster, I can switch into my dark shield and my dark armor. Ignore the SP cost, that's for a later video. And then, whatever, I'll attack with the bow. And again, obviously, it's combat practice trainer. He's not going to be doing any damage, but if I were trying to be defensive, I could switch back to H series, do an attack, do full damage, and then go into my defensive armor and have 2 turns for the price of 1. Not even for the price of 1, because you profit SP from your passive regen. Now, on its own, this is really good. You'll notice I'm using High Communicants Resolve, which let me figure out a way to drain my SP. So I'm going to drain my MP first. I'll show you why in a minute. But let's see. Do I have any quick cast items? Am I missing somewhere? As a matter of fact, I do not. I'm a bad YouTuber. Okay, we'll just use a Necro skill. Undead Giant should be the quickest. 100 proc, of course. Okay, but once I drain my SP, I'm gonna show you why this strategy is so good for resource management. Okay, so now, look, I have low mana, and well, half mana, half SP, switching into the level 5 version. What I'm gonna do is equip Akshasa Wand and Serenia's Blessing. Now, both of these items have a mana regen effect, and both of them regen mana on their own. And look, my Mage 100 proc does full damage, and I gain a bunch of mana back. Let's check the battle log. So I gain 76 SP, and then I also gain 43 from the Serenious Blessing. Oh, I forgot to switch out of this armor, but it's combat practice trainer, so it's fine. But look, I get free resources from Serenious Blessing, and I get free resources from Rakshasa Wand. And both it's 100 proc, so I get full damage and accuracy too. There are other things you can do. You notice I was using High Communicant's Resolve. This will actually increase your SP even more, and your mana. Maybe not your mana, actually. I can't remember if that item does mana and SP or just mana. But either way, it's a strong combination. Sacred Paladin Bow, if you're fighting undead, this is the way to go for resource management because it heals you a ton. It's bugged to heal you too much. I'm not worried about the bugs, so I like them. But so I've showed you some synergies. If you don't use mana, you can use Soul of Soul, which is a water shield. It restores like 20 SP a turn or something. There are a couple other shield options that give you passive regen. I don't have any of them in my inventory, but that's fine. One thing I didn't mention is also that the one good thing is you don't have to pay for your boosters for one turn you're attacking. And that's always with Celerity. But look, I can get Essence of Carnage, Runs Rampant, Anger Lorm, and you don't pay for Anger Lorm, but that's just because I'm free to play. So look, I attack, I get my boosted damage, and then if I don't want to pay the SP costs, I can unsummon it the next turn and get basically a free turn of boosted attacks. And that works with all Celerity, but again, the costs are so low, it's just super efficient with this method. So I've talked a lot, and I've showed you a lot of like pretty good synergies. We've got mana healing, we've got SP healing, you got HP healing if you're fighting undead. And there are other synergies, of course. There are lots of good 100 procs. What I haven't talked about is 0 procs. And the reason for that is, I'll show you. Look, we've got Overdrive Toggles. This is the low level armor. But here's a 0 proc, and it does 30 damage. So it's doing like dig all, basically. And just to make sure, you know, if I'm in the high level H series, well, I don't have any strength, but it does 6 times the damage. But what you'll notice is that this is Spring Dryad Axe. I picked that for a reason. Elemental Empowerment 1.062 for 1 round. If I attack, even though, well, he blocked them. But, okay, let's attack again. And now, Axe empowers the outgoing water damage. Let's say I wanted to use Archmage Apprentice, and use a water nuke. I can get that outgoing empowerment from Spring Dryad Axe and then use a water spell. Or I can eat it with the new Pale Skull set. Or, no, it gives you options. Spring Dryad Axe isn't the best 0 proc to use with this low-level H series strategy. There are other pretty good ones. One of them, most of them are status weapons. And like some status weapons I'm thinking of are Terminus Twin Maul. It has a really good paralyze rate. Potentially bugged paralyze rate, I'm not sure about that. But Commander Stormlight Spear. And let's just show you the toggles. Blinding Energy, Searing Energy, Blinding Searing Energy. This is the low-level version. But look, I hit him one time, and he's got the big burn and the big blind. And now I can hit him when I didn't have my Celerity counted, but now I can go back to my defensive armor or whatever. So even though it's a 0 proc, I still get big status from it when it does no damage. The same thing happens with Guitar of Undeath for Panic. Lots of Ranger 0 procs with statuses, lots of Warrior 0 procs with statuses. So you can use those. You'll do way reduced damage, but you'll still get the full status effect for most weapons. So I'm going to try and wrap it up here. I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time, but normal H series, really good armor. You can pay for a Celerity, you can pay for a weapon skill. Low level H series, amazing armor if you use 100 procs, because you can do full damage and gain SP. because of the cheapness of the celerity at level 5. You can then switch into a defensive armor and have no defensive risks. And just some synergies, Sacred Paladin weapons, High Communicant weapons, all these resource regenerating status weapons like Mystic Kaisa, or the melee one, obviously. I just have a mage range hybrid right now, but look, I do no damage, still get the Prispert. Other status weapons like Terminus Twin Maul, Fright Thorn Bow, again that one would do full damage because it's 100 proc. You could use something like Haunted Dragonlord's Insight or Might, and you still gain mana even though you're doing no damage. It wouldn't work with something like Infinitus Staff, because that's based off damage. You could use Nith's Fang. You can use Akshasa Wand for magic. And all the time while you're using these weapons, you can have a regen shield equipped to gain even more resources for free. So that's pretty much it. It's a really strong synergy. The only thing you have to do is make sure you have enough compression armor to still cover all your elements, because obviously, unequip my shields. Like base 90s resists, I'm not trying to tank 5,000 damage. So just keep track of your celerity, attack once in the low level H series, then switch into your defensive armor, and then you'll be doing twice as much damage, gaining free resources, and you'll have a much easier time with fights. If you have any advice or any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you can use this strategy to achieve some stuff. I recommend Gwen's Gauntlet if you haven't tried it. It's a great time. Me personally, I'm going to be doing something that I think has never been done before using this. I'll show you what weapons I'm going to use. I'm going to be using, well, the shield doesn't matter. I'm using the Sacred Paladin Bow and the level 5 H series, and you're just going to have to guess what I'm doing. Okay, but that's a little teaser for the next video if I get around to recording. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching. I will see you all next time. Peace out.